If you've got a son or daughter who's in high school and you're wondering how they're going to get into a decent college, you're not alone. The college admissions game has changed since you've applied to college. Your high school counselors probably told you that you couldn't prepare for the SATs, so you just showed up at the test center and took the SAT. We didn't prep for them, and we didn't need college advisors back then. We applied to a few colleges and pretty much knew whether or not we would be accepted to each college we applied to based on our GPAs. Today, the competition to get into Ivy League and other selective colleges is fierce. You hear about those students with 4.0 GPAs and perfect SAT scores being denied admission to colleges and wonder what it will take for your child to get in. Obviously, they'll need good grades and SAT or ACT scores, and they're probably already working with tutors and taking SAT or ACT prep courses to improve their scores. So what is the secret to getting students into the best colleges? It's a project. Think about it from the college's point of view. They want to enroll the brightest, most motivated, talented students from high schools across the U.S. They know what curriculum your school offers, so they know if your child is challenging himself and thriving in both academics and extracurricular activities. Playing sports and musical instruments don't make you stand out anymore. It's become the norm unless you're the MVP or virtuoso. Honestly, imagine reading 100,000 personal statements about how students cared for the animals at the local SPCA for 3 weeks, or fed the homeless as part of their community service graduation requirements. Competing in sports, playing musical instruments, or volunteering for community service is all well and good, but doesn't make you stand out among your peers and other applicants. So what type of applicants are admissions officers looking for? They are interested in students who are engaged in something they are passionate about, students who are interesting, students who will contribute towards their college's reputation by becoming successful after they graduate. The best advertising for colleges is to have successful alumni. Everyone knows that Bush graduated from Yale, Clinton from Georgetown, and Obama from Columbia. How can you demonstrate that you are that engaged, interesting student? Do a project. Most college applications require personal statements and essays, letters of recommendation, and interviews. When you write your essays and personal statements, how can you show them that you're outstanding, one of the best? Do a project. Most students write about wanting to become a doctor to save lives or an environmentalist to save the earth, something that any student can claim. But if you did a project, your essays will be filled with enthusiasm and fascinating descriptions about how you've implemented your project and what you've already learned from doing it. But students who do projects receive letters filled with enthusiasm and interest because these projects are above and beyond what normal students do. When they learn about your project, they often throw out their templates and write about your passion and character, something college admission officers love to hear about. So what is a project? It's a unique club, organization, business, experiment, book, or anything that was initiated and led by you. At ProjectMERIT, students have done amazing projects like building hydrogen fuel cells and getting laws written, as well as simple projects like organizing concerts and setting up collection facilities for used soccer equipment. It's not a required project for a class or a club, but something that you do because you're fascinated by it. So how do you get started with a project? Brainstorm. Check the news to see what's happening in your community, city, state, or nation. Good projects often start with a problem. After one student's uncle died of a heart attack because no one was able to administer CPR, he set up CPR classes in every high school in the county to make his community better equipped to handle medical emergencies and save lives. After almost being rear-ended because the car behind him didn't know that he was coming to a complete stop, another student designed and built a brake light system that has a graduated illumination system. If he taps on his brakes, a few LEDs light up. If he slams on his brakes, the whole display lights up. Don't know how to do a project or not sure where to get started? Check out the project gallery at meritworld.com. Start with an idea, then research to see if the idea has merit. Narrow down the scope of your project to make sure you can accomplish your goal by the summer before your senior year. Lay out a timeline. Create a budget. Get funds. Organize marketing plan, website, press kits, sponsor kits, brochures, etc. Organize your event or complete your project. If millions of high school students across the nation start doing projects, imagine how they will change the world. One by one, these proactive teens will protect the environment, improve healthcare, stop corruption, save lives, educate children, and more. So what are you waiting for? Let's get your project started now. You can work with our college advisors at our headquarters in Santa Cruz or at our satellite offices in Cupertino and Palo Alto. We also work with students nationwide via Skype. Call 877-357-5655 to set up your initial session now.